Hello, 4th and 5th graders. Let's do some music. Now, today, I'll talk a little bit about music memory again. We've got a new piece that I want you to do. I'll be sending you a separate link for this that you can look it up. It's called Vokalis by Rachmaninoff, who's a Russian composer, and it's a symphonic piece. All right, so look for that link. I'm going to send it separately, and it will have composer information and the little music lesson, and then you can listen to it many times, as as you want to. All right, last time we reviewed Solfegge. Remember this one I showed you? The one that's supposed to be sung. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If you go from do to do, it's the major scale. When we talked about whole steps and half steps, we said the half steps are between mi and fa, and ti and do. Everything else is a whole step. And then reviewed this from first grade on, and we came to our pentatone scale. Do, re, mi, sol, la. Only 5 sounds, right? And there's a skip in it. And it looks like this. My other one, see how it is? Just simple pentatone scale. Penta means 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And tone means that there's a skip in it, just so you know. Pentatone. All right. Now, last time we did Now the Moon is Coming Out, and today I want to do the other ones that we reviewed. So you can take a screenshot of this one. It's called Mockingbird. If you don't know it, right? Some of you do. We've done this in first grade too. But now you have to know it really well. So here it is. Take a screenshot and Mockingbird. And I'm going to sing it for you. Okay? And I'll point it out on the scale here. It starts with hush, ready, go. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. It can whistle and it can sing. It can do most anything. Should be able to sing it with solfege, and do everything else. Beat, rhythm, etc. Now another one that we did is called Rocky Mountain. We'll take a screenshot of this one. Rocky Mountain, and there it is. Take a screenshot of it. Now, this one, beats are grouped in 2 in this one, but let me sing it for you. All right, so here it goes. 1, 2, ready, go. Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain high. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, 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 do remember me. Do, 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 do remember me. So learn the song, sing it with solfege. Since it's in 2, you can go accent, beat. Rocky Mountain, you get the idea, or conducting 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, the next one I'm going to do is called I Am Mr. Vatsek. That's the song. And here it is. Take a screenshot. And here we go. Let me sing that one. Some of you may not know this one. Starts with so, here I go. I am Mr. Vatsek. How do you do? Here's a happy song that I have brought to you. Thank you kindly. Thank you, Mr. Vatsek. And that's how that song goes. Now, so for instance, what can you do with these songs? Well, keep the beat. Since the beat's grouped in 4, I'm going to do accent. 2, 3, 4. I am Mr. Vatsek. How do you do? Stop. What else can you do? Clap the rhythm. Second line. Here's a happy song. Ready, go. Here's a happy song that I have brought to you. Or I can conduct in 4. Thank you kindly. Thank you, Mr. Vatsek. Or I could do a rhythmic ostinato, a pattern that repeats. How about this one? 4 beats. I went rest, ta, di, rest, ta. Here I go. I am Mr. Wozzeck. How do you do? Here's a happy song that I have brought to you. Thank you kindly. Thank you, Mr. Wozzeck. And there's, you can do that too, right? And sing the song with solfege. So, la, so, mi, re, la, so. So, la, so, mi, re, so, do. So, mi, re, mi, do. Then you can play it on your instrument. You can play it on the keyboard. And that's what we're going to review next. The piano keyboard. All right. Looks like this. Right? White keys and black keys. But before you know this, before I do this, let's talk about the music ABCs. All right? In music, we use only 7 letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After G comes A. It starts all over again. And you say, why 7 letters? Because there's 7 notes in our scale, in our major scale. In the solfege, look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 8th one is the same as number 1. Right? It repeats. So that's why we use 7 letters. So when you learn your letters, it's a good idea to be able to say them in order from 1 to 8. For instance, if I say start with A, that should be easy, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and after G comes A. Whatever you start with, you have to end with. Number 1 and number 8 is the same. Let's start with B. Ready? Here we go. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. All right? And you can do this too on your own. All right? Okay. So, next. Well, we have white keys that make a sound, right? A key means just that you push it, makes a sound like a button. And then we have black keys, same thing. They also make a sound. Now, notice there's a pattern with the black keys. They come in groups of 2, and then they come in groups of 3. This is very important to know. 2 and 3. Remember the little kids used to say, this is Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and these are the 3 little pigs. So, once you know that, and you can start learning the names of the white keys, the first one that people learn is C. And C is by the 2 black keys on the left-hand side. That's how you find C. So that's how you find C. Is there C here? No. Is there C here? Yes. There's 2 black keys, left-hand side. So once you find C, they go in order, all the white keys. Right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And it sounds just like the C major scale, so you can also sing it with solfege. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you can do it with numbers too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all those pentatone songs, do, re, mi, skip, sol, la, you could play in the key of C. That's a good thing to do. Now, after you learn your white keys, right, the way you learn them is by comparing them to the black keys. So you know where C is. Where's F? Well, F is by the 3 black keys. That's how you learn that. Where's D? D is in the middle of the 2 black keys. Where's G? Well, G comes after F, so it's in by the 3. Where's E? Well, that's on the other side of the, you get the idea? And that's how you learn all of these, just by comparing them where they fall with the 2 black keys or the 3 black keys. All right. Next, you have to learn about your sharps and flats. Here's the sharp sign. And every note has a sharp. All right. It means this. So if I want to find C sharp, well, I know where C is. Here's C. C sharp means to find a C sharp, I have to go to my right to the very next key. And the very next key is this one. And this is the right. Sharp means getting higher. So here's C. The very next key is this one called C sharp. How about D sharp? Here's D. The very next key happens to be this black key. See how this D goes all the way up there? And here's the next key, D sharp. Here's E. Is there E sharp? Yes, there is. All you have to do is go to the very next key to your right. The very next key happens to be this white key. So this white key can also be called E sharp. Okay, now this white key is also called F. Where's F sharp? There's F sharp. Here's G, G sharp. You get the idea? Here's A sharp. Oh, here's another strange one. Here's B. Where's B sharp? B sharp is this white key right here. All right, so a key can have more than one name. Now, the opposite of a sharp is a flat. It looks like a little B right here. So all the notes have a flat. You have to figure that out. So this time, let me start with E. So here's E. E flat means I go to my left to the very next key. Here's E, E flat. Here's D, D flat. Here's C. Does C have a flat? Yes, here's C. It's the next one over, C flat. Okay, so here's C again, C, C flat. Now I'm going to call this B, B, B flat. A flat. G, G flat. Does F have a flat? They all do. F. So you just go to the next one. There's F flat right here. Okay, that's how you find that. Now, next thing you have to learn about is half steps and whole steps. Last week, I showed you on the guitar, if I go from one fret to the very next one, it's called a half step. So these are all half steps. How does that look like on the keyboard? Well, it means if I from C right here, a half step away is go to the very next key. I'm going higher now. That's a half step away. From here to here, that's a half step. From this black key to this white key, a half step. From this white key to this black key, a half step. Black key to white key, half step. White key to white key. Oh, these two are half steps apart even though they're white keys. So you have to make sure you pay attention to that one. This one, half step. You get the idea? From here to here, half step. Here to here, half step. Here to here, half step, half step, half step. And then there's another two white keys that are half steps. Now, two half steps make a whole step on the guitar. So if I go from here, and that's a half step, here's another half step. So from here to here, whole step. If I skip a fret, that's a whole step. So how does it look like on the keyboard? So from C, from here, that's a half step, and that's a half step. So from here to here, whole step. What if I want to start with C sharp? What's a whole step away from C sharp? So from here to here is a half step. Here to here is a half step. So C sharp to this one, I'll call it the next letter D. So it's called the D sharp. C sharp to D sharp, that is a whole step. How about from D? What's a whole step? You tell me. If you said E, you're right, because D sharp, half step. D sharp to E is a half step, so there it is. How about this one? What is a whole step higher from E? What's your answer? If you said this black key right here, you're right, because E to F is a half step, because they're right next door to each other. F to F sharp is a half step, so E to F sharp is a whole step, and that's how you figure them out. So you have to know the difference between a whole step and half step. If you look at our C major scale, C, C, D, that's a whole step. D, E, whole step. E, F, remember, mi, fa, half step. F, G, whole step. G, A, whole step. A, B, whole step. B, C, half step. The great thing about the piano keyboard is you can see the notes, right? You can see if it's a half step, see if it's a whole step. That's it. All right, so review that. We're going to end with a song for fun. It's called Goin Over The Sea. A lot of you know it, and you might even know the motions. The song goes like this. When I was one, I ate a bun, going over the sea. I jumped aboard a sailorman's ship, and the sailorman said to me, going over, going under, stand at attention like a soldier with a 1, 2, 3. And the motions are, right? You go, I'll do number 2. When I was 2, I buckled my shoe. When I was 2, I buckled my shoe, going over the sea. I jumped aboard a sailorman's ship, and the sailorman said to me, going over, going under, stand at attention like a soldier with a 1, 2, 3. So you could stand up and do the motions. Let's do number 3. When I was 3, I banged my knee. Ready? When I was 3, I banged my knee, going over the sea. I jumped aboard a sailorman's ship, and the sailorman said to me, going over, going under, stand at attention like a soldier with a 1, 2, 3. We'll do one more. Number 4. When I was 4, I shut the door. Ready? When I was 4, I shut the door, going over the sea. I jumped aboard a sailorman's ship, and the sailorman said to me, going over, going under, stand at attention like a soldier with a 1, 2, 3. That's it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.